Should weigh in pounds or kilograms? Hope the scale can go up that much. So we're at 55 pounds, 14 ounces, so about 56 pounds. Let's see. 25.16 kilos. 55, 14 ounces. And I carry around a lot of food that obviously I don't have in the bike. Like I had a bunch of food. I have probably at least had 2 or 3 pounds of food with me at all times. A bunch of Cliff bars, a whole bunch of stuff, so. Yeah, and there's a couple of things also that when replicating this, I didn't put in here. So it would be a safe assumption that it was probably around 60 pounds when it was all said and done. So I could carry around extra water, extra bottles of Gatorade, stuff like that. So it was probably close to 60 pounds when it was all said and done. This is the bike I took on 1,500 miles around the state of Georgia. Okay, quick specs. It's still 1x11 GRX mechanical. It's a Thomson Piedmont extra large. We are running 44 centimeter carbon gravel bars from Thomson, 110 millimeter G2 from Thomson, the new one, and it was phenomenal. And a Thomson Elite 410 seat post in black. And this is the bike. And everyone's been wanting to know what I brought on the trip. This is how it's set up. So before we get going or go any farther, thank you to Tailfin, because Tailfin sent over all the bags that you see here, and it was very much needed. So, electronics on the bike. If you remember from the first video, before I started the trip, we are running a Garmin Edge 840 up front, paired with a Garmin barrier in the back, and it was phenomenal the whole time. It saved my life many times. 10 out of 10, would recommend. And then the next thing is a Nog blinder up front. It started getting dark a lot earlier, so that light was very much needed. Still the Fidlock bottles, a Silka mini frame pump. So up front we had, I think this is one of the new bags from Tailfin. This bag it's a top 2 bag, and you can use the same straps as a half frame or wedge bag from Tailfin. And this one, I think they come in like a 0.8 liter, 1.1 liter, and 1.5 liter. This is the biggest version because the frame is an extra large. So this is the 1.5 liter top 2 bag because it's an extra large frame and I can fit more stuff in it. And inside of it, up here, I kept my phone, kept some snacks, kept some goos, and I kept this guy. And this was, it's off of Amazon for like 30 bucks. It's got a iPhone charger cord built into it, a USB Type-C charger, 30 bucks off of Amazon. 10 out of 10, would recommend. If I can link it down below, I will, but USB-C and iPhone cable built in and a USB-A, so I could charge all my stuff on the go. It's like 10,000 milliamp hours or 12,000. It was phenomenal. Kept my AirPods in there, a whole bunch of stuff. Great bag. And on this bag, I think it's a half frame bag from Tailfin. They come in a bunch of different sizes, depending on what size bike you have. I think this is either 3.8 liters or 4.5. I think it's the 4.5 one because it's kind of big. Now on this side, I kept all of like my filming stuff and some of the bigger stuff. GoPro with a Insta360 jaw mount, mouth mount, and kept all of the GoPro stuff in here. This actually came with the GoPro creator kit. This is what we filmed the whole trip on. This and the drone, which we'll get to. And then this little guy came with the GoPro and it actually can charge it too, so I had an extra battery. Kept the old reliable, you know, gotta have it for the bum, gotta have it. And kept a little thing of Silka tuba sealant in case it ever needed to come to it. And this is just one side of this bag. And this bag was great because I could just ride with it and it wouldn't even hit my knee or anything. I've seen people keep them up here and stuff, keep them in bar bags, but this it just allowed me to stick it. I could just stick it and I could just grab it and put it in while I was riding. It was great. It was phenomenal actually. And then we're doing it on this side. I kept all of my tools and stuff. So I have a Feedback Sport torque wrench. Shout out to the bike store in Columbus. A pair of muck off tire levers, because the one thing I forgot to bring was tire levers. All this stuff was just essential stuff. So lube, chain lube, wet and dry. I had patch kits for tires. I had patch kits for tubes, and we'll cue that part of the video where I sure want to get slack for this, but I said, oh, I only have 3 tubes. I can only pop a tire 3 times. I just meant if they were really bad pops on the tubes and stuff, and I couldn't patch them and whatnot. But I had plug kit, tire patches, inner tube patches, torque wrench, lube, tire levers, whole 9 yards on this side. This side never came open. except for chain lube, which was good, which is a good sign that the bike was running pretty flawlessly the whole time. These are the shoes that I ran the whole time, and they were phenomenal. Definitely ran the SPDs because I didn't want road cleats and all that. They're Overtures. I got them on sale. They were good, and they're big because I have a big foot. And 10 out of 10 would recommend those shoes. Now in the back, we are running the Tailfin Aero Pack. Now this is in carbon. There's nothing negative to say about it. It was phenomenal. Besides the way I did stuff to it and what happened on the trip. So it was great because I could take these off. I could bring them around and stuff, and kind of sort through certain bags if I needed certain stuff. Now this bag, as you can tell, was ripped open by a dog. I basically just crisscrossed the straps over and kind of used this little air vent to suck air out to kind of keep it sturdy. Now in this bag, I had more stuff in it, but I just ended up keeping the drone bag in it to give it some structure, and I kept some sunscreen, some lidocaine patches in case I needed them, and a bike lock in this side. That's what I kept on this side. Nothing too crazy, and you can just, the cool part is, just have a little lever on the back that just closes it down and lifts it up. Super, super easy. Now, the Aero Pack has to stay on the bike. You can't take it off the bike, which is fine with me because I didn't want to leave my bike out anywhere. So my stuff had to come with me. The bike had to come with me, and it was good for convincing hotels to let me bring the bike upstairs and stuff. But once they saw what I was doing and everything, they didn't really care. Now, back here, I don't know if this is the correct way to do it. I don't know if this is the correct way to put this on here, but they sent this like seat post mount for a light, and you connect your light to it. And I just screwed it. I unscrewed some stuff on the bottom of the pack and screwed that into the bottom of it. It's not centered or anything, but I mean, it kind of works. So whatever, that's how I ran it, and it works that way if you have one of these. I kept a lot of stuff on the other side. These are two different sizes. They're both 16 liters, but the way they're set up, they're two different sizes because this one has a hole in it. So I had to move more stuff here. I kept extra tubes, kept a laptop, chargers. I kept a hammock in here in case I had to sleep, and that's also kind of like especially in the summertime, keeping a little hammock like this, it's just good because you never know. Toiletries, different ointments, first aid stuff, if I ever needed it, laptop, all that kind of stuff. The bags worked great. So I believe, you see if that was kind of heavy. So it was a 16 liter on each side. The mini versions, not the Super Duty or Super Light 22. These are the 16 liter side panniers. And then this, I believe, is 18 or 22. That's 50 liters of storage right here. 18 plus 32. And then 4.5, so, and 1.5, so that's 6. So we have 56 liters of storage for this trip. And that results in a heavy bike. With these Boyd wheels, the wheels did phenomenal, by the way. The Boyd Triple C Graven alloy wheels, they did great. Aero Pack, with that being the 18 liter pack, it was the biggest one. So, and if y'all remember on the trip, I actually rode down to St. Simon's Island to run a half marathon. So I had a pair of running shoes in there, kind of like everyday shoes. Cliftons, Hoka Cliftons in the back, and they're a size 14. And it took up a lot of this room. So pretty much all of this is just my running shoes, and they were my everyday shoes to kind of like go out and get food when I got to the destination that I wanted to go to. But it took up a lot of room. But luckily I packed light because I watched a lot of stuff on what to bring. So I brought one pair of kit, which is one pair of bibs, a jersey, socks, and underwear. And then I had a pair of sleeping clothes, which was just what I ran the half marathon in. So that kind of doubled, which was good. And I had one pair of shorts to kind of go out and get some food, and one of these jerseys, which we'll link down below for these ocean and sand jerseys that we made. So that was it. Not much stuff. Oh, and an extra pair of bib shorts and some thermal gear. I had a little down jacket. Yeah, it wasn't much clothes at all. 2 pairs of bibs, 2 jerseys, one of them being this, a pair of running clothes / sleeping clothes, and 1 pair of like shorts. And this jersey can double, as you can tell, as a jersey and something you can wear to a restaurant. and all of that, this bike being 60 pounds, this is what we took on the trip. The way it comes. And if y'all have any questions about this bike or the setup or bags or what you should do, shoes or pedals or anything, leave them down in the comments below, and we can try and answer them for you. Because this was my first bikepacking trip solo. My first solo bikepacking trip. And there's not much that I would change about this setup. The only thing I might change would be doing some smaller bags in the back and maybe evening it out in the front. Because I think that is one issue. This wheel did come out of true a little bit, which I do not think that is because of me. No, it is because of me. I don't think it's because of the wheel. I think because I weigh 220 pounds, and then I had, let's say the whole thing is 60 pounds, 35 to 40 pounds on the back wheel. I think that might have had something to do with it. And the last days when I noticed it, when I was in the mountains, going down some really chunky gravel, chunky rocky gravel. So I don't think that was because of the wheel. I think it was because of me. But yeah, if y'all have any questions about the bike or the build or anything like that, drop them in the comments and we'll link this jersey. And if you still want to help out, the GoFundMe is down there as well. So happy riding. See ya.